Hello, welcome to my channel. Here I show repairs I've done and review the tools and some of the techniques I use to do them. If you find the video useful or even entertaining, please subscribe for more. I love to get feedback, so please leave a comment in the section below and don't forget to hit that like button. Here is a kiddie's tablet type machine. My first Clempad. This is a kind of ruggedized little tablet for kiddies to learn on. This one, the problem is when you switch the thing on, it starts to boot up, and then although the battery's been on charge for some considerable time, it just basically switches itself off again. So I suspect that the battery is gone. Now, getting inside this guy, I've already managed to remove the back cover, and I can assure you that was somewhat of a challenge. Obviously these things are meant to be child-proof and very difficult to get apart. The only thing I can suggest to you is that obviously you need to start the job off with an old knife blade just to get in and to start, and then you have a series of clips. It's a fairly conventional arrangement. This is just tougher than normal. The only other advice I can give you is that obviously you have this quite solid back plate in, so that once you get inside the thing you can get another screwdriver in there and start to move that around. Now we need to just verify our thoughts by measuring the voltage across the lithium cell whilst we power it on and see what happens there. Here we can see the voltage on the battery, and even though it's only recently been taken off charge, it's already dropped down to 4 volts from the 4.2 of charging. And if we switch the device on, just hold the power button for a moment there, you can see the voltage start to drop, so we know that things are starting to boot up, and the voltage drops further until it gets down probably below 3 volts, and then the thing switches off and you can see the voltage recovers back up to 3.97. So definitely appears that the battery is at fault. Now the battery is held in place by copious amounts of Kapton tape, which is also securing other bits and pieces, but it is also actually wedged underneath the back frame as well. So these gazillion little screws around the periphery are going to have to come out as well. Now with the back cover removed, you can see it was pressing along the edge of the lithium cell here, so we definitely have to take that cover off. We'll just remove this Kapton tape, and don't be concerned. It looked maybe at first glance like this ribbon cable was going to the battery, but it's just going to the camera here. So we just need to be careful when we remove that tape not to damage this little connector here. Then I'll unsolder the lithium cell and just do a double check on my own battery charger to make sure that it is the culprit. So here in Battery Central we've got the lithium pack that we took out of the kiddie's tablet hooked up to our charger. I've set the charge current to 0.2 of an amp and a single cell. So let's start that off. And already it's climbed to the 4.2 volts, so this is going to go into its constant voltage mode, and we'll come back when that charge has terminated and just see what that has put in. So here we can see that the charge has finished, and just 73 minutes and put in 109 milliampere hours. So now we're just going to discharge the cell and see what sort of capacity we get. So we're going to be quite conservative on the discharge, just going to be discharging here at 0.2 amps, and let's see what happens. And already we can see that the voltage is dropping significantly. This is not a good sign, and just confirms the suspicions that this cell is on its way out. But we'll let it run and see what capacity we do get out of it. So the discharge is terminated, and down to 3 volts and 788 milliampere hours. And that was at a very conservative 0.2 of an amp. I would think that the actual tablet itself, with the backlight to the display and such like, probably draws more than that. And the battery is probably, it doesn't actually say, but at a minimum it would be around sort of 3,500 milliampere hour. So as we can see, the battery is well underperforming, and we'll have to seek a replacement out on the interweb. For the Clempad replacement battery, I was looking for something 4.3 millimeters thick by 75 by 94. Now, I didn't manage to find that exact model, but this one here looks like a good candidate. So it's 3.5 thick by 70 by 95, and looks like the price is right. And for the avoidance of doubt, as you say, they've just shown us the measurements there. So we'll get this ordered up, and after it's arrived on its slow boat from China, we'll get that fitted in and see where we go from there. So I've just received the replacement battery, which is this guy on the left. Took 3 weeks, which isn't bad from China, I guess. Now, comparing it with the old battery, there is very little difference in the size, and hence I would guess very little difference actually in the capacity. So let's get that one soldered in and charged, and hopefully that will sort the problem. So here we have the battery in place, and it's supplied, it's not fully charged, it will be in its storage mode, but I guess it will still have enough power to start the unit up. So let's see. Yes, obviously the date and time has reset. But if you remember before with the bad battery, it wouldn't even get to boot to this point. It would just switch off immediately. So the next thing will be to replace the back cover and the screws, and give it a good charge, and just make sure it's going to run for the designated time. Just one other thing I wanted to check. If we go into the tablet settings, we can now look at the battery status, and we can see obviously it's not charging at this time, and it's been running for 4 minutes, but we can see that the percentage of battery charge, 50%, as I say, it would have been received at the storage level of charge, so that's absolutely spot on. I'm very pleased with the battery I've got. So having reassembled the unit, just putting it on charge now, and we'll go back into it when the charge is complete and check the battery status. So now the tablet has fully charged. I've removed the charger, and it's been running for nearly 5 minutes now, 95% left. So you can see by the very gradual discharge that this is going to last an awful long time, so I consider that to be a fix.